Hello everybody out there. This video today is about the Boker SUB Kalashnikov, and you might have seen an earlier video on my channel about this knife right here. This is a California legal sub 2-inch auto knife. And in my earlier video about this blade, really the only complaint I had was the small handle, because at the price point, this is about a $30 knife. This is a very solid, excellent automatic knife. Very small blade, very diminutive size. I would appreciate a larger handle, so that's where we come to today. Because recently I did happen to pick up this Boker Kalashnikov, and this is the Nut and Fancy exclusive. And so I bought this knife just for the sake of having it because I liked it as a collectible. But I noticed that the handle of the small SUB Kalashnikov and the handle of the larger knife are identical in overall dimensions, except for length. So what I'm going to try to do is swap out the handle of the SUB Kalashnikov with a larger Kalashnikov knife. And so I did not want to use the original Nut and Fancy version because this is more of a collectible to me. So I went ahead and went to Blade HQ, and they actually have kind of the best variety of Kalashnikov knives for sale. So this particular one is their Desert Warrior coloration with the clip point blade. And of course the blade doesn't really matter. I just chose this for the green handles. So they actually have some pretty cool colors in stock on their site. They had like a blue, a red, a green, a yellow, a lot of different button colors, kind of a nice variety. And so they had the best variety, so I picked this up from Blade HQ. And so what I'm going to try and do on this video is see if I can swap out the blade from the SUB Kalashnikov to the larger handle of the full-size Kalashnikov there and see if this works. So we are either going to succeed or fail. Hopefully it will work in the end, and hopefully the tolerances of the knife will allow for a blade swap without any excessive play. So we're going to find that out right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by disassembling the SUB Kalashnikov, and now if any screws strip out, then it's going to be game over from the start. So I'm going to use some Weha screwdrivers, and so these ones I always recommend. They're pretty high quality and they tend to do pretty well when it comes to disassembling knives. So I have not done this before. I've never taken these knives apart, so I'm hoping the spring action is not going to be super difficult to disassemble, but we're going to find out together right now. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit on the action down here so you can see what I'm doing. And so hopefully this will make sense, and I might speed up the video a bit. If you just want to see the end result, I'll probably put a timestamp on the screen if you just want to see what the knife looks like at the end. Hopefully I will not be ending this video early, so let's just see how this actually goes. So I'm going to start with the pocket clip and try and get that out. So this one is a T6 Torx bit. I think that's tied into this rear. Popped right out. That one's kind of stuck in there because it's captured by the clip. There we go. So hopefully that'll just slide out. You know, it might be captured by that pin, so that might be stuck in there for a little bit more. But let's keep going. And I'm leaving the blade out extended because I don't want it to be under spring pressure when the whole knife ends up coming apart. I've learned that from Kershaw spring-assisted knives. It's a bad idea to disassemble the knife with the blade closed. There goes the clip. So these screws are loose, they just aren't popping out. So I think these will come apart once the knife is further disassembled. Okay. I'm going to put all the hardware for that blade over here. Okay, so I kind of have an idea of where this blade is going to need to go. While I have it out though, I'm going to wipe it down. Unfortunately, the tip is proud of the handle, so sadly I don't think this modification is going to work. Does function. So it does work. Only issue I have is with right here, the blade not going far enough into the handle. So that is right where the heel of this handle goes, and it covers the tip of the blade. Unfortunately, on the full size handle, have an issue there. But this is how it looks. Full size knife handle, stubby blade. I think this is something that they should come up with from the factory. So I do have a few options here. I could disassemble it, put everything back the way it was. I could also replace this blade with the cleaver SUB Kalashnikov blade that I have. That's an option. Third option, I could just grind down the tip of this blade to make it so that it does not stick out, and that would be a small modification to it. So might do that. Not sure what yet at this point, but I like how it looks. I like having a full grip on the knife. There is still some grittiness in the handle, but I think that's going to go away. In the button, feels very strong spring action, probably because the blade is much smaller than the default one. So we'll have to wait and see how this goes. What do you guys think I should do? I definitely want to switch out for the shorter pocket clip on this knife, because I definitely don't like this huge wavy pocket clip, kind of ugly. And that's something they got really correct on the Nut and Fancy version of the knife. You can see it's just a regular deep carry clip. So they got that right here on this one. But again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Hopefully this was somewhat educational, but before you make an attempt, just know that the clearances aren't quite perfect here. I'm tempted to just grind down that blade a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, so let's fast forward a few minutes later. So what I ended up doing is I decided to take the blade off of my cleaver SUB Kalashnikov and put it in the handle of the bigger knife. And as you can see, the fit is pretty darn good. The blade is entirely covered by the handle, so the problem is solved. And out of the whole situation here, I only had one screw strip on me in the whole process. Unfortunately though, it is the screw that holds on the pocket clip, so I was not able to swap out for the shorter pocket clip on this knife. So I still have this super goofy looking long pocket clip. That's okay though, at least all the black hardware does match. I really do like the shape of Mr. McStabby blade right here as opposed to the cleaver style blade, but I still like the size of the handle, and I still like the look of the knife. So very happy to have tried this out. So if you are interested in building a standard size SUB Kalashnikov for yourself, you can feel free to try this. This blade won't fit. This one works fine, so just be forewarned. Again, the only source that I know of for these SUB Kalashnikovs are at Blade Ops, whereas Blade HQ currently has the best selection of handle colors for the standard Kalashnikov knife sizes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. But other than that, you all have a great day. Bye-bye.